Nick Hilton's outside the London Stadium, West Ham Fan TV. Brian, it's going to be controversial. What do you think of that? Do you think that was a deserved draw?
I think on the balance of play, a draw is a fair result. I think Villa sort of edged it, particularly it was kind of a game of two halves. I think in the first half we probably edged it, although they had more possession. I think having Antonio back in the side gave us a bit better balance. I think what surprised me with Villa, they played 4-4-2 in the first half. So I think that enabled us to wrestle control, particularly in the midfield area. Once they made their changes in the second half, they changed the shape. And with the RB...
But our changes as well.
Yeah, but you know what? I wasn't necessarily... The thing is with our changes is the Antonio one was necessary because he was tired, and I think what we can't afford to do with him, because he's just come back, we can't run him into the ground. So I understand him coming off. Ben Johnson coming on the right-hand side. The issues we were having at that particular time were more on the left. So that was the only thing. They started to wrestle control of the game. They started to create overloads because literally once they had the RB and then Zaniolo, they effectively had 2 10s to sit behind Watkins, and then they were winning that midfield battle, and that changed the game completely. I think with all the contentious decisions, it's a tricky one.
We did have the chances. I mean, in the balance of play, you think about the chances. We had the Antonio one disallowed, the Kudus one disallowed, obviously the last one disallowed. That Ward-Prowse block, you know, the one where it dropped to him, and all he had to do is slot it in either corner.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, I kind of wish that one dropped to Bowen, and I think it would have been a different story. So we did have the chances in that game to win it. And the thing is, when you look at Aston Villa on paper, there ain't much difference in terms of personnel. If you were to say what Villa players would you take to put in our team, there are several, but there's also several that they would take to put in their team. Yeah. So for me, the difference is just the style of play. That's the only thing. And what they done, they upped it second half. They made Unai Emery made tactical changes, which then changed the shape of the game, and we obviously didn't do that. But I think on the balance, in all, if we were talking before the game about what we thought the result was going to be, and I did think it was a draw. It's one of those ones. It would have been hard each way if one of those decisions went our way, particularly the last one, and we won that 2-1. Villa would probably be going home saying that they've been hard done by. But on the balance of play, I think a draw is probably a fair result. And all in all, I think it's been a decent week with the European win, taking a point.
It's positives to take from it.
It's definitely positives. And I think even defensively, we looked a bit more solid. Emerson was a little leggy, I feel, coming back. I don't think he was himself. Gave away the ball a few times. But other than that, there's definitely positives. I think we kept Watkins quiet in this game as well. So yeah, bring on Spurs.
Bring on Spurs. There you go. Thank you very much, mate. Right.